For anyone wanting to cut back on sugar in their life, lunch can be difficult. Food courts and delis and sandwich shops are just laden with sugary, low-density foods. And a lot of people say they don't have time to cook in the morning. So that's why I've developed my 2-minute desk noodle lunch. Now we start with a jar. It doesn't have to be fancy, it can just be one of those jars that's lying around in your kitchen. Add sort of Asian flavourings. Fermented miso is great. And some red curry paste. You can also use green curry paste or massaman. Just look for varieties that don't have sugar in them. About that much will do the trick. A dash of fish sauce, if you like. I don't know, about that much coconut milk or coconut cream, whatever you have lying around. If you don't use the whole can, freeze it. And freezing it in an ice cube tray is a great idea because you can just pop out the amount you need as you go. So you've got all your liquids in there. Now we're going to add some vegetables. So I love using broccoli because when it's in season or it's on special at the supermarket, I buy 1 or 2 heads and I cook it all at the same time. I break it into small pieces and I snap freeze it. Then it's ready to go in a meal like this or for salads and casseroles and soups. A handful of greenery there. Next, add some rice noodles. Rice noodles are a perfect solution for this meal because you can just pop them in like that and they cook instantly. Frozen peas. A lot of people ask me about frozen peas and they say, well, aren't they full of sugar? My answer to that is I've never met a person who has binged on frozen peas, and they're a really good way to get some sort of sweet kick into a meal. Now for some cooked prawns. Prawns aren't the most sustainable seafood, but if you go to your fishmonger and ask him or her for the most sustainable variety, then you'll be doing okay. And as I say, another half handful or so. Some lime. And some spring onions. So we'll throw in a couple of tablespoons. Now I love spring onions. They're a great way to get that garlicky, oniony flavour without too much palaver. Now I don't know if this applies to you, but a lot of people I know will buy some spring onions and use 1 or 2 and the rest sits in the fridge and goes limp for the rest of the week. 2 things that you can do. You can put it into a glass of cold water like this and leave it on your kitchen bench or in the fridge. Or better still, you can take the whole bunch out to the garden, put it into a pot plant or into some soil and just let them grow. They'll grow and grow and grow and you can just use them as you require them. It's a great way to prevent food wastage. We'll also add some coriander. Now, coriander also goes limp very, very quickly. The best idea is to roll it up into a wet towel like this and then put into a container, a sealed container in the fridge, and it will keep for a good 2 to 3 weeks like this. Now, just pull off a few sprigs. If you don't like using the stalks, you can make a pesto later in the week. Now that's done, you seal it up, that is ready to carry to work and it won't spill. Now when you get to the office and it hits lunchtime, head to the staff kitchen, boil a kettle of water and then simply pour it over the top. About that much will do the trick. Grab a chopstick or a fork, stir it around. And by the time you get back to your desk and pour it into a bowl, you have got some super nutritious 2-minute noodles ready to go. And of course, I've got a whole bunch of super nutritious, super simple recipes like this one in my new book, I Quit Sugar, Simplicious.